Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I know I haven't been posting videos lately, but you know what? YouTube doesn't distribute my videos very often, so I just got lazy and stopped making videos. But I came across a job last week. A woman called me up. She's got I thought it was a one-family house, and she told me that her tenant had a leak coming through the bathroom ceiling. So I thought to myself, wow, I didn't even realize she had a tenant. Anyway, went down to the bathroom. And sure enough, above the toilet, you could see that the paint was bubbling, and there was a big giant bubble with water in it. So I actually poked the bubble, drained the water out of it, and then proceeded upstairs to her floor to try to see where this leak was coming from. And basically, because of the location, I mean, she had a half bath right across from the door that goes down to the tenant's apartment. And then her kitchen sink was about maybe, 8 feet away from where the entrance to the basement apartment was. And I had run the bathroom. I had flushed the toilet several times. Nothing was going on. I said, the kitchen sink, it doesn't make sense. It's too far away. Well, as I was leaving, I guess her daughter ran the kitchen sink, and immediately the tenant downstairs said, it's leaking. And I thought, wow, I can't even believe this. Well, anyway, this was on Thursday before 4th of July weekend. And I said to her, listen, I'm not going to be around for the weekend. She didn't have any plans of having any company, so I stopped the kitchen sink. I shut off the hot and cold water. I said to her, we'll be back after the 4th of July weekend. I went back Monday, and this is what I found. So normally I would have expected the nipple exiting the trap going into that elbow to leak, which it usually does. It's usually rotted out when I open up a hole to inspect. But that wasn't the case in this particular situation. So, I told her I'm going to have to open up some of the cabinet. And she said, do what I have to do. And as you can see here next to the cabinet, I had to pull out the dishwasher. And as you can see next, I had to pull out the refrigerator. I opened up the walls, and that 2-inch galvanized pipe going from the kitchen sink, like I said, approximately 8 feet going toward the walkway down to the basement apartment, was all rotten. The whole bottom of that piece of pipe was rotted out. It was just seeping and leaking. And I thought that was going to be going directly into a TY facing toward the kitchen sink. But as you can see here, it turned, and that was going to create a problem because I didn't have a lot of room to cut the nipple out of that T. But anyway, I took a look. I started running the water, and it was leaking in multiple places. It had to have been leaking for months. And the sheetrock downstairs, the ceiling must have been absorbing water until it finally broke through. And as you can see coming up here, that's the vent, by the way, for the kitchen sink. And as you can see coming up here, that turn, the nipple going from the face of that T to the party wall. There was a party wall. These houses are attached. Is about 7 to 7.5 inches. There was no way I was going to get a power tool in there to cut that piece out. So I made the conscious decision to cut it and see what kind of meat I had left on it. And it looked good to me. I felt it was viable to clamp onto, but I did give her options. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I said to her, I feel that this will hold up, but I'll give you an option, as an option. And this is what she said, actually. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments. How could you leave that stub in there? You should have tried to get it out. Yes, that's true. But you know what? I had about 7 to 7.5 inches. There was no way I was going to get a power tool in there. It was very difficult, even if I would have used a hacksaw blade, to get a back and forth motion to put a slit in that nipple. And I wasn't about to get a cold chisel and try to collapse it, because honestly, that nipple wasn't rotten enough that it would have collapsed. I gave her options. I told her I felt that with the amount of material left on the stub that was sticking out of that cast iron T, it was viable enough to clamp onto. As an alternative, I said to her, what I could do is open up the wall where that stack is, go up about 4 feet or so, cut below the T and cut above the T, and put a proper standard weight no hub TY in there. I quoted her the additional money to do that. I said, and these would be the options. So she decided that let's just go with my recommendation and clamping onto the existing stub out. And as a result, I also installed a access panel on the opposite side, which is the stairway going down to the tenant's apartment, where, God forbid, anything were to develop, we could just pop that off and take a look at it. So I did give her options. She opted to go with my recommendation as opposed to spend the extra money and cut the stack out to put a proper TY in there. And that's the way we proceeded. So put your hate comments down below. And here you see, after I cut all these pieces out, the amount of corrosion and rot that was there. I mean, this had to have been leaking a long time, and it just broke through. Because she had just called me the Thursday before the 4th of July, and she said the tenant called her up the day before, which was a Wednesday. So it's just amazing how this just developed. I mean, it had to have been in there since this house was built. But anyway, this is what happens with galvanized pipe years, in service. And you can see that party wall, that cement block wall there, which was an obstacle in trying to cut the stub out of that TY. But at any rate, I went ahead and we were going to replace everything with Schedule 40 PVC pipe. And as you can see here, I started the process. Now I had to put this in pieces. I couldn't put one long piece in because I didn't have that kind of room to string one long length of pipe in there. And you'll see that coming up in the next frame. But again, like I said, I had to pull the dishwasher out. I had to pull the refrigerator out. It was a big PIA job. And you can see here I reconnected the vent for the sink. It was a job and a half. It took me between, removing everything, opening walls, making the repair and putting everything back. I spent 2 days there. Again, I work alone. So, I tried to get a helper, but he wasn't available. So I did this solo, and you can see I strapped up using some vinyl strapping, to secure that Schedule 40 pipe up. And, anything you see previous, I didn't cut those studs. That was the people who did that before me. And here you can see where I clamped onto the stub coming out of the TY. And I even had those water lines to deal with. It was a tough job. And probably two of the hottest days of the week when I did do this. But at any rate, then I went ahead and I said to her, do you want me to get somebody in here, or I can put some 1/4-inch plywood on for you? And she said, no, just do that. And so I just, I used some 18 gauge finish nails along with some construction adhesive, and took care of business. And and you can see I actually put a split hanger, a piece of threaded rod, and a BT plate to support the pipe coming out the back. And here I am. She asked me, she had a whole bunch of steel wool. She wanted me to stuff those holes down there because she was worried about mice. And that's the water supply to the dishwasher. And you can see the cable there. It was the electrical supply. And that line going through the next partition is the ice maker supply for the refrigerator. Again, just threw some 1/4-inch plywood up there. 18 gauge, nails and some construction adhesive, and put everything back together again. And, everything was looking good. All the while I was doing this, I was running the water. And here's, I'm almost finished. I have to put the cabinet doors on. I have to put the bottom panel on the dishwasher. But all in all, it looks like everything worked out. She was happy. I was happy, and so is another one in the books. You know, in the repair world here in Brooklyn, New York. Wild. So there you go, guys. Another repair video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys again when I'm inclined to post another video. Like I said, I haven't been posting videos. YouTube wants you to post videos, 3 times a week. And I'm not that inspired to do so. But if you have any recommendations of videos you'd like to see, please, you can send them my way, info@robertsessaplumbing.com. I hope to be seeing you again in my next video, although I don't know when that's going to be. Stay well, and don't forget, guys, happy plumbing.